is a simple Google search, right? So let's do, the way I like to do Google search is keyword researches. So you take a category on Amazon, whether it's health and beauty, personal care, baby, toys, grocery, you add a keyword after it, whether it's wholesaler, supplier, distributor, manufacturer, and then you put a city, preferably the city that you're located in, right? It's easier to build relationships in centrally located areas to you because you could drive by and meet those people in person, right? And then you branch out. So let's say the first search we're going to do is a grocery company or grocery distributors in Los Angeles. So let's just say you live in Los Angeles. So we're going to do grocery distributor, Los Angeles. Los Angeles. So we did this search real quick, and now we're not going to use the Google results. What I encourage you all to do is switch over to maps, right? You're going to switch over to maps. That's the name of the game, because now you're going to have all these companies here that you're visually going to be able to see what they are. And let's see, this one I could see a little warehouse here, so that's cool. Let's open that in a new tab. Let's see what else we got here. Let's do this one. And now I'm just popping up random companies over here and kind of seeing what the game is for companies we could kind of reach out to and connect with. So let's try this one. And then let's try this one. All right, so now we just popped open 4 tabs here, and we're going to see if they have a website. Now, this company does not have a website, but we're going to click on a picture, and you can see on their building that they have some companies that they distribute for, and it looks like they have Dolce's Vero, they got Frito-Lay, Sabritas, Pepsi, Sprite, 7-Up. So they already have brand name products, right? And what you're looking for when you pop open these listings on Google is companies that sell. Basically, the best way to think about it is anything you would see when you walk into a Rite Aid, a CVS, a Walgreens, brand name products, right? Products that you're familiar with, products that you probably are currently using in your home already. So when I see something like this, they got Frito-Lay, Sabritas, which I know is a huge ethnic product, which is amazing. They have some soda companies. They probably carry a lot of other products. So this is a company that I'm going to want to connect with, right? So what I would simply do is we have this template here, right? And this template documents all the information. So you got the company name, the contact phone number, the email. Because remember, right now we're just putting this information together, right? We're not contacting these companies yet. We're just gathering a list of companies that we can compile and then reach out to tomorrow. So, and the goal is to find 30 or 50 of them. So we got this first company here. So I would simply take this information. I'd copy their phone number, right, which I'm not going to do it here because we're pressed for time, but I'd copy their phone number, I'd take their name, I'd take their address, and I'd add it all over here. And now, boom, all that company information is documented, and I got it all right here for me, right? And now we're going to slide to the next vendor. We just found one, right? We don't know if they have profitable products. We don't know if they'll open our account yet, but you found one. That's the name of the game. So we got this other one here. Looks like they do not have a website. So we'll click on the image here. I could see some products outside. Let's see if we can get a better view of anything. All right, we got 4 guys, grocery wholesale. It says on the sign, we got 4 guys moving products around. I can't really tell what those products are looking at them, but they got pallets of stuff out here, right? So this is definitely a company I want to connect with as well. They literally got inventory sitting outside right here. Right, so they're moving a lot of products at this place. So this is another one I want to add to my list. I want to connect with them. Right, I want to send them an email. So I'd take their phone number, I'd take their location, their address, the name of their company, and I'd add them to this list. Right, so now you got 2 suppliers on this list. And then we go to the next one. What do we got? Wholesale foods. Let's try this. This is a Wix site. All right, so they're the first company that we looked at that actually had a website. The other 2 companies did not have a website, and that's okay. Some of the best wholesalers we've done business with did not have websites. It's not a deal breaker if they don't have a website. You should still contact them to inquire about opening up an account, right? So we got Wholesale Food LA offering some of the LA's best food deals. So what's that? Some Fabuloso. They got some Coca-Cola. They got some drinks here. They got some, what is that? Some rice maybe. So they got some products here. Let's see if they got a product directory or anything, but really this is enough for me. I've seen they got some products. I want to contact them, and here they have an inquire contact on their website. So while I'm on this website, you'd simply fill out this information and inquire to open an account, and then you would take all that information and you'd put it into your document, right? So now we just found 3 potential suppliers we can open accounts with. So it's so straightforward and simple, right? And now we got best grocery wholesale. So let's see, this place doesn't have a website either. So let's click on this photo here. Looks like they got pallets of some products. Let's see the outside. They got some more products, right? So if they got a warehouse with products, they got some more stuff. It looks like they got a little setup. So once again, this is another company I want to reach out to. Right? Everything on a first glance makes sense. I see brand name products. They got Takis, they got Cheetos, they got Ruffles. These are all products that I've sold in the past. And if you look some of these up on Amazon, you'll see they're selling well. So this is another company that I want to add to this list to reach out to. Right? And we're going to do one more search together here, but I think you understand the point, right? My goal here is to just show you really how simple this is. And this is the first step of the process, is finding these suppliers. And then the people who stay to the end are going to get the list of contacts and emails that we use to send to these suppliers to open up the wholesale accounts, right? So the next search we're going to do, let's try a different city. Let's do toy distributors. Let's do Miami. Let's do Miami for all my down south folks. Let's do over there in Miami. And let's see, where are we? It looks like we're still in LA. I don't know why we're still in LA. Let's do this. Let's go back here. I don't know why we're still in LA. I want to get to Miami. I don't want to be in LA. All right, once again, we're not going to use the Google search. We're going to switch to maps. All right, so, all right, let's just pop some of these open here. We got Toy Factory. Let's see, Better Toys. Right, and you can see where you're hovering over them, where they are on the map as well, which is pretty cool. All right, so it's like the easiest thing to do is find these companies. Did we open this one already? Did we open? Yeah, we opened Toy World. All right, we'll start with these two. Right, obviously you could open them all, but like I said, we're pressed for time, so I'm not going to take too much time. I just want to show you the infrastructure of really how simple this is. All right, so now we got Toy World Incorporated. Let's see, they do have a website, so we're going to pop open that website. And once again, what are we looking for, everybody? What are we looking for? We're looking for brand name products. So let's see if they have, let's see, they got a brands. So let's see, let's click the brands. Let's see where that takes us. Why is it not taking me anywhere? I don't recognize any of these brands. This one might be a no-go. This seems like low-end party supplies, balloons, party supplies, toys and crafts. I don't know if this is the one for us. Let's go back to this home screen, see if we can see any brand names that kind of catch our eyes. See, I would pass on this one. This just looks like Chinese manufactured private label products just at a first glance here. So there's nothing that really catches my eye that this is a company that I want to open an account with at first glance. So I'm going to actually pass on this one. And I would suggest that you pass on as well. But we got this other one, Better Toys here. Let's see if this is one we can add to our list of suppliers. So we got Better Toys. Boom, great sign. We got Jurassic World. First thing I see, Jurassic Crushes on Amazon. They got LOL, SpongeBob SquarePants. They got some Trolls products. They got, looks like they have licensing for a lot of different SKUs here. All right. And they sell to a lot of the big retailers as well. So this is a company now, just at a first glance, this is going to be a challenging company to close, but you still want to document their information and reach out to them 100%. So what I would do is I'd go back here, I'd add this information to my Excel file, and then boom, we got all that information compiled. And now you have this neat little Excel file with all the information that you need to kind of reach out and follow up with them the next day, right? Very simple. Very simple. Yeah, very simple. So initially, I'm not looking at reviews. Initially, I just want to see if they'll open an account with me, right? Because the goal is get the wholesale catalog. So initially, I'm not going to spend an extra 5-10 minutes searching Dun & Bradstreet and all, because I don't even know if they're going to respond to me, right? So first, I want to put together this Excel file that we just showed you, right? Compile it all together, get all the information, the phone numbers, the emails, the contacts, the website. And then I want to start sending emails. And then if they respond, right, and they're like, hey, yeah, here's an account application, then I want to spend the time researching them, because time is their most valuable resource, everybody. And that was a great question, Michael. So yes, you do want to look at your reviews, but initial on this search, your goal is to just build out a massive list of suppliers. Right? Don't waste time looking at reviews yet. When you go and they either send you a catalog or don't, then you could dive a little deeper into it, right? And another important part of having a solid community behind you is you get a lot of resources of people to ask and be like, hey, I'm about to open an account with so-and-so. Is this a good account? All right, so I'm going to stop the screen share. We'll keep diving into it, right? So we found some suppliers together, and then just to recap, we organized all that information. And then once you start contacting them in a couple days or tomorrow, you're going to highlight them, right? Color coordinate this thing. The ones in green are ones that I already, yeah, Carla, absolutely you can. The ones in green are ones that we already contacted and they sent us a wholesale catalog. So that's a go for us, right? You took that list you just compiled. The next day you contacted them. The following day you updated it in colors. The one in red told us, nope, we're not open to selling to Amazon sellers, right? But just because it's red doesn't mean you don't follow up with them in 30 or 60 days. They just said no right now. And yes, absolutely, we're selling trending products. Cornerstone of really growing business. And here's 10 supplier discounts that we recommend requesting. So they got show deals and weekly promotional sheets, monthly promotional sheets, shipper deals, tier discounts, line drives, take all discounts, volume discounts, free freight allowance savings, pre-orders and special orders, relationship discounts. Like these are all discounts that you can be requesting to get lower cost of it. And now we're going to give you some evidence-based success and try to really conquer those external beliefs and take action. Because I know a lot of you are still thinking like, well, Eric, you did this, but I don't think I could. Or, oh, is Amazon too saturated? Or I don't have enough money. You know, you're thinking all these things, but we're going to break those barriers down for you right now. And so there's 4 types of headaches that I'm aware of. There's migraines, hypertension, stress headache, and then there's Amazon making changes headache. And that's the worst type of headache you can have because it's all over it. It just radiates down to your body and you feel it, and the stress is real. And Amazon is a rapidly growing marketplace, and you have to stay up to date so you don't get these headaches. And we've optimized a lot of areas in our business, which allows us to make sure we can pivot when Amazon changes. And one of the most valuable parts of our private community are our weekly coaching calls with you and teach you the way, right? So framework number 3 is how to really conquer these external beliefs. Because I know a lot of you, an hour ago, you're like, Eric, just tell me what you want to tell me. I'm ready to get to the end. I'm ready to give you my credit card and put this information in because it's time for me to get started here, right? But other of you are like, you know what? I just don't think I'm capable of doing this.